Hello my friends, Tutagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Dragon Age Inquisition on a single GTX 1070 paired with my old Core i7-860. This video is recorded on an external recorder at 60 frames per second, so what you will see in this video will be pure performance. The CPU, the Core i7-860, is overclocked to 4 GHz. There we are. The system has 12 GB of memory and the graphics card is a single GTX 1070 made by KFA2. It is the EX model, latest firmware installed, and it is also overclocked in order to boost at 2 GHz. Now for this benchmark I'm going to use fraps to collect frame rate data. We will see the basic result in this file and some analysis with flat at the end of the video. Let me launch the game and fraps, of course. Options first, as usual, 1080p resolution, DirectX 11 of course, and for the graphics preset I'm using a custom quality preset, which is nothing else than the Ultra preset, except the 2x multi-sampled anti-aliasing. And that's it basically, so I'm going to name this video Ultra Minus. The reason I'm not using maxed out settings is because I want to give this video a CPU testing focus. Okay, the game has loaded. I'm starting the benchmark.
Mother Giselle cannot be far. Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold. We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Be ready. More coming our way.
are victorious once more.
I'm going to skip the cutscene.
I am. Some us. They have heard the back.
Well, let me know if you find one.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Okay, we have enough benchmarking data. The frame rate result was 97 frames per second. We did have a little drop compared to the 2500K run, which was at 106 if I'm not mistaken. In any case, we will see that in a moment. The frame rate is quite decent, however the frame times go up and down all the time. This is not very good for smooth gameplay. We also have some CPU limits. The GPU usage is not maxed out throughout the run. As you can see, we have many drops in the GPU usage. The CPU usage, on the other hand, seems to be quite high, and we do have some more activity on some cores compared to others. But the interesting thing in this run is that we do have above 50% CPU usage, which means that both the logical and the physical cores of the Core i7-860 are doing quite a lot of work. So I'm not sure why we had all these drops in the GPU usage. The game seems to be quite well threaded in order to cope with the game's threads. In any case, CPU temps are okay, maybe a little on the higher side compared to other videos. The game is quite well threaded, as I told you, so the Core i7-860 is quite well used. RAM usage at 6.2 gigabytes. The core clock of the video card is at 2 GHz with a small drop of 13 MHz at some parts. Nothing too serious. Video RAM usage at 2.1 gigabytes. Not very demanding with these settings in terms of video RAM. So let's load the flat. Let me see where I'm going first. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to open the GTX 1070 run first. Sorry. Yes, 1070 with the i5-2500K. And I want my Dragon Age Inquisition, and I think this is the one. Worst case scenario, it is the other one. I will see that in a moment. Yes, it is not that, sorry. It is this one, 108, okay. And I'm also going to open this benchmark that I just did. Okay, 96.6 frames per second for the 860, 108 for the 2500K. Let me see if I had the same kind of stuttering in the 2500K run, because there is some time that has passed and I'm not sure if I had the same spikes in the frame times. I wish there was a button to take me directly to 60 milliseconds. In any case, yes, we did have some spikes in the frame times in the 2500K run as well. The same goes for the 860. Unfortunately, maybe the 860's spikes are a bit bigger, I think. We will see that in a moment in the comparison of the two runs. Not the best example, however, of smooth performance. Thankfully, the GTX 1070 is powerful enough in order to push frames quite fast, and so we have the vast majority of the frame times above 16.7 milliseconds. Only 2.2% of the overall frame times are affected and are below that, and the vast majority of those was in the cutscene, which I skipped. The histogram of the frame times do show that we have most frame times below 15 milliseconds. So overall a quite decent run, although we did have 1, 2 or 3 frames which got a little delayed, and this pushed the whole graph a little to the left. Okay, so in the blue we can see the 860 frame times. The two runs are quite comparable. Of course, I only have a few seconds difference in my running path, but overall they are very similar. The H60 did have a little slower frame times from time to time. You can see that the red spikes are fewer and shorter compared to the blue spikes. Not terrible performance, of course. The average frame time difference is quite small. And let's see the frame rate, which is also a little higher on the 2500K. At some parts it seems to be this spike should be here. Yes, it is overall a little faster by around 12 frames per second on average. A pretty decent run, all things considered. Min, max and averages quite similar, aside from the a little higher performance of the 2500K run. Variability and stuttering indeed shows us that the stuttering is a little higher by 0.3 milliseconds on the H60, and also we have the same 0.3 milliseconds more in the variability of the frame rate. So this results in an even lower comparable compared to the 2500K. Thankfully, we are still way above 60 frames per second, so no problem with the actual gameplay. Comparable frame rate overlaid with this variability and the stuttering. And yes, I forgot the percentiles. This is the one I was searching for. We do have a steep frame that delayed quite a lot and has thrown the graph out of place, but if you look at the bigger picture, the overall frame time differences are quite small, except this one spike we had at some point. The 99th percentile does not represent the whole truth in this run, of course. It is very clear, that's why we need this chart in order to appreciate the overall picture of the run. One delay on one run and you are pretty much fucked in terms of graphs. In any case, the H60 did quite decently in this run, a little slower than the 2500K, although hyperthreading was working as it should, but overall not a bad performance. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. I will see you on my next video.